Welcome. Today we're diving into something fascinating, uh, nosology. Sounds a bit old-fashioned, right? The science of classifying diseases.
It does sound academic, yeah.
But it's actually hiding this, like, secret six-figure career path right at the core of modern health IT, potentially hitting $200,000 a year.
Absolutely. I mean, historically, nosology was, pure classification, taxonomy. But today, its application drives almost everything.
How so?
Well, think about medical research design, how public health tracks diseases, even down to insurance payments. It's all built on this classification. It's really high-stakes data management.
Okay, so that historical nosologist role,
Yeah.
our sources suggest it's basically split in two now.
That's right. A real bifurcation, you could say. It really depends on where you work, public sector or private.
So public sector first, what does that look like?
That's your government agencies, vital statistics. The title there is more like medical classification specialist or sometimes mortality coder. Their focus is heavily on regulatory stuff, compliance, using systems like ICD-10, ICD-11, and those specific MCCD forms for, death reporting.
Gotcha. And the other side, the private sector, hospitals, IT vendors.
Exactly. That's where you see the clinical terminologist or the clinical documentation specialist. And here, the focus shifts quite a bit.
Shifts how?
It's much more about the IT systems, the architecture, and crucially, revenue cycle management. Big money involved there.
So it's way beyond just like punching in a code from a chart.
Oh, completely. These specialists are often designing or managing the technical setup that lets different, huge, complex systems talk to each other. Interoperability.
And that requires knowing more than just ICD codes, I assume.
Definitely. You have to master multiple really complex vocabularies. Think SNOMED CT.
Just CT.
Yeah,
What's that stand for again?
Systematized nomenclature of medicine clinical terms. It's sort of the deep-level language defining the actual clinical ideas. And often you need LOINC too, which handles standardizing lab results, observations. You're essentially managing the structured language for the entire electronic health record. It's intricate stuff.
Right, so the takeaway from the sources seems to be, this isn't just about being neat and tidy with data. It's about financial impact.
Precisely. That architectural know-how translates directly to value.
So how different are the salaries? Let's talk numbers. What's the baseline?
Okay, your typical medical coder, maybe with a CPC, credential, certified professional coder, they're averaging around $51,000 a year in the U.S.
51K standard.
Yeah.
But then you specialize.
And the jump is significant. A clinical documentation specialist, a CDS, averages over $88,000. Much better.
Wow. Okay, that's a big leap already.
But then you get to the really high-end clinical terminologists, the ones who blend that deep classification skill with IT architecture, maybe some data science.
Yeah.
Those roles can command salaries up to $187,500, sometimes even more, depending on the specifics.
$187,500.
Yeah.
That's a massive difference from the basic coding role.
It is, and it's almost entirely driven by that deep technical and system specialization.
Okay, but here's the big question, right? AI. It's getting really good at routine tasks like coding and billing. Won't AI just automate these $187,000 jobs away eventually?
That's the common concern, but what we're seeing is a shift in the role, not necessarily elimination. The human doesn't do the basic coding anymore.
So what do they do?
They become the auditor, the validator, the system designer. AI can automate, yeah, but it needs incredibly clean, accurate data to work properly. Rubbish in, rubbish out, right?
Right. So the human job becomes data quality, governance.
Exactly. Protecting the integrity of the source data. That's why those advanced credentials become so critical now. Things like the CDIP or CDDS.
CDIP is Certified Documentation Improvement Practitioner, and CCDS.
Certified Clinical Documentation Specialist. These certs focus on improving the quality of what the doctor or nurse initially writes down the source documentation itself.
Ah, I see. So if the input is good, the AI's output is reliable for billing, compliance, everything else.
Precisely. And the specialist ensures that happens. They govern the data quality before the AI touches it. That's where the value lies, and that's much harder to automate.
So the conclusion here seems pretty clear then. If you want the highest value, the best pay in this field, you need that advanced specialization.
Absolutely. It's about blending clinical understanding with deep IT systems knowledge and getting those advanced certifications.
And this seems like a pathway to even bigger roles, too.
For sure. This kind of expertise is a natural bridge into health informatics specialist roles. Those average, $96,000 to $118,000? And from there into management.
where salaries can top $211,000.
Potentially, yes. The classification expert isn't just, back office admin anymore. They're becoming key strategic players.
Because data governance is just that critical now in healthcare leadership.
It really is. And leadership roles focused on this are projected to grow significantly, something like 28% over the next decade. It makes sense when you think about it. Just consider the huge policy decisions, the massive financial implications across an entire hospital system. That can all hinge on how a single disease code is defined, managed, and applied strategically. It's powerful stuff.